Okay, so when I do this, you're gonna introduce yourself. After I introduce myself, I'll introduce myself as Dark Spidey TV because that's my second YouTube channel, and you'll go. Just use whatever name you want, I guess.
All right.
If you want to use Sam or your last name, if you want to put that out there.
Okay. I feel like I should have a pseudonym as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll go by Dr. Sam.
Dr. Sam.
Dr. Sam.
Okay, Dr. Sam.
I don't actually have a medical degree, but
Yeah, you will. Maybe. Yeah. Is your father? What is it? Does he have a? What's his status?
he's got an MD.
Ah. What are we talking about?
Should we restart? Is that okay?
I don't know. They never. You should probably tell them what you do on the show.
Oh, okay, all right. So I do the voice of Brock, Eddie Brock.
Oh, Brock from Pokemon.
Yeah. I played his eyelids as well, so I had a big part in that show.
Did you meet the girl who plays Ash? She's pretty hot, man.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
No, yeah, we never came into content. She did send me some pretty rude messages about my Pokeballs.
Were they no, I'm not gonna
no.
Were they I can't do it. Anyway, God damn it. Okay, so
Okay.
yeah, can we curse? Yeah, I think we
Yeah,
can.
you know, it's
I don't know if we can say fuck or anything. They haven't really heard me say fuck before. They've heard me say shit. So
on the show or like in
a video,
commentary?
they've heard me say shit. I don't know,
okay.
but I don't know if that guy's gonna chime in. It's like I don't like cursing.
Fuck that guy. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone replied to him and he's like, "Don't be that guy." Or something like that. Like, I agree, don't be that guy.
Yeah.
We're not going to say who he is because I don't want to, like...
Attack him personally.
Yeah.
Rile him up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't really have any enemies yet. If I start voicing, like, my inner, beliefs or something...
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I feel like you should play with that a little bit.
Get people pissed off with me.
Oh, yeah.
I saw this video today, a Lego video.
Mm-hmm.
I did not agree with this message. It's really destructive, and it was really offensive, and, it was also really sexist.
Is this an actual video, or are you predicting what people are going to say?
Maybe, I don't know. Because, like, Anita Sarkeesian, or whatever the hell her name is, he, like, Legos are sexist because they have Lego versions of girls and blah, blah, blah.
Wait, what?
You know who Anita Sarkeesian is?
No.
Oh, okay, that's right. You don't. She's really popular because she thinks video games are incredibly sexist and everything. And
oh, okay. I don't know. 'Cause, I guess like you could make a case for the whole like saving Peach thing.
Yeah,
but then like Peach comes back and she can fly in like was it Super Mario 2?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Like there's that game where she can fly and like none of the other characters can do that. So.
Yeah. It's
That's
really
sexist?
the damsel in distress. She keeps harping on about that, and I felt really crappy just a little bit because that's what happens in Cataclysm Part 2.
Mm.
But so I'm like, okay, how about George gets captured as well? Because actually, this is something no one knows about. George was actually supposed to die in the penthouse. Like when that roof falls in and it almost kills Harry.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Peter and George, and it was supposed to kill him, and then Peter's just like, oh my god, no. So I changed.
You change your mind about that as to not appear sexist. So
a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a little bit of both. I just wanted to change up the way the structure of the story went.
Okay, alright, fair enough.
So anyway, the episode we're doing, episode 25, Vendetta Part 3, the season finale of The Sins of Oscorp, and this is also the first episode that Michelle makes an appearance as Gwen Stacy.
That's right.
We couldn't get her. She's really busy doing other voice work. I think for My Little Pony or something. I don't know. She's upstairs. What is she doing?
I think she's writing addresses on envelopes.
Okay.
So it's real important stuff. Maybe she'll chime in later. I don't know.
Yeah. She just shakes her head like, what the hell are these two doing?
I don't know if the microphone could pick that up.
Yeah.
Like the swishing of her jaw.
Yeah. Like the subtle like creaks in her neck, like bones rubbing ligaments together, muscle tensing up, and it's a really good microphone if it can pick it up.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Give this shit to like NASA or something.
Tribute to Snowball.
That's a really bad name for anything. Because they gotta
Snowball.
they gotta turn everything into some sort of sexual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
We're supposed to be talking about a Lego video, and
okay. All right. So let's Oh, you want to just like?
Yeah, you can play them both at the same time.
You can play them at the same time.
Unless
Is it like? Do we need to turn the audio off on the video?
I don't think so.
We just
No. I don't think there's any copyrighted music until like near the very end.
Okay.
So
we can just go ahead and play.
Yeah. Is it still recording? Because sometimes when you open up a web page, it'll like.
Oh, I see. Let's see.
Who's there?
Yeah, it's still going.
Okay.
Who are you? Show yourself.
So you might be wondering, like, this room keeps. Maybe you should turn that down just a wee bit.
Alright.
Just a wee bit. I don't know. Just a wee bit. Yeah.
Is it good?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
This room keeps changing. It's his office, and then it's his relax room, drinking room, or whatever. It was never really consistent. I guess you can make the claim that, God, that it just, rooms change. Yeah, that's how they explain the rooms in Harry Potter. Like, it's magic. I don't have to explain anything.
Yeah.
That's either everything changes every single year. So.
Sure. Osborn's changing. Why shouldn't he? Redecorate, repurpose his rooms.
Yeah, he has his hair come to the side and everything. I missed this part. I really like that one line. Your sanity is a noble sacrifice. It doesn't matter what the context is. I just really like that line.
So I feel about Miley Cyrus, actually.
Yeah. Oh my god, I was gonna make a video about Miley Cyrus. Like before she made that MTV thing. Did I tell you about it?
No, I don't think so.
Something about it. It was like the way, like the end joke was sort of like her father looked like Jake.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
I do remember this.
Yeah, it just never came about. I just felt crappy because I didn't want to like jump on the Miley Cyrus. It's like such a slut and bandwagon.
The Miley Cyrus wrecking ball,
Yeah.
you might say.
I had this idea, like maybe I should just cut out a photo of her and put her on like a skeleton or something, like outside as like Halloween decoration. Yeah. Hopefully she'll still be relevant like on Halloween.
Yeah, well, that's what? How many days away?
I don't remember.
15.
Yeah.
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 Like every day is a minute. That's what a college campus looks like, right? From a 17-year-old's perspective. Yeah.
I like how all of the students definitely look like college students. They got the shaggy hair and the beards.
Yeah.
Very careful about that.
I don't know if I did that on. I don't remember. I don't even remember making this. Did I make this? Did you make this? Did your mom make it? Who am I? Originally, his hair was going to be black. And I posted it up on the blog in like 2009. But then I changed it to brown because that's what his actual hair color is in the comics. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, I really like the idea of introducing Kurt Connors as just like a character all on his own because you don't know where this is going to go. I mean, you shouldn't just introduce a character just to introduce a villain just like right after. I think you should let him simmer for a while. That's what I did with Norman Osborn and Kurt Connors and possibly even Harry Osborn if it goes that far. I have the opportunity to do that. And if you look in the background, you'll actually notice Jake and Dan are sitting there behind them.
I do.
Yeah, that's back when Dan had brown hair. And changed it to black. And she's just... What I did for her lines in that scene was I just, like, copy and pasted a Wikipedia article about photons. So, yeah.
No, yeah, that's good. I like Peter's comeback here, too. Where it's like Gwen's coming off all smart and then Peter just reduces it to...
Yeah.
Like, yeah, fuck you, Gwen.
Good back and forth. Yeah. Actually, a really popular Lego animator chimed in. Like, I don't even think he remembered I existed. Like, I I asked him like once, like a couple years before this video was made, like, where'd you get the Spider-Man font from? And it was from like 1001fonts.com.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a font program or text thingy. I don't know. It's really old. It was like dated like 2001.
Yeah.
So that's the same file I'm using to this day.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's nice.
You can actually look on the comments, and they're just like, "Oh, this is for the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out soon." Like, that's just weird. Yeah, internet history right there. Yeah.
So you started animating, what, 4 years ago?
5, 6 years ago.
So that was, what, only like a couple years after YouTube came about? Was YouTube, what, 2003?
YouTube was 2005.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So that
and it was late 2005, but 2005. I went on YouTube first time 2006. I think it was to watch like not behind the scenes, like some guy filming on the Spider-Man 3 set or something.
Okay,
I
cool.
think that was the first time. Then I watched a bunch of Transformers videos.
Yeah.
Then I watched My Little Transformers. Then I watched
Wait, what?
then I watched Smosh videos, and then
Smosh.
it just goes from there.
Huh.
Yeah. Watch Batman videos, watch Lego videos, Lego Spider-Man videos, and then yeah.
Here you are.
Yeah. I do kind of prefer YouTube back then because it was less of a corporate surrounding. Yeah. Everyone was just doing this for like fun, you know.
They're not asking your real name.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, we'll ask you later. Every
No,
single
please.
time. I think you know my real name, YouTube. I mean, you're paying me. You're sending me money. You're putting money in my bank account. I think you already know what my name is to a certain extent. But whatever.
I don't understand why these guys are friends.
In the comics or here?
Just in general.
Yeah, in the comics, I didn't really get that. In the animated series, not at all, kind of, because it just seems like they were just, we have to be together because of the I need somewhere to live.
I see.
I think that's what happened in the comics, but I really wanted to make Harry just, you know, just a nice guy.
Yeah, and he is. He's very supportive.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he comes off as like a little stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
He's technically, when I looked up his stats on the Marvel Wikia,
yeah.
he's technically smarter than Peter.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, he's classified on the meter thingy at the bottom of the page, like, genius, and Peter is just gifted.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know if...
What happens to him in the comics? I mean, like, does he go on to do anything?
He was able to become the Green Goblin and figure out how all that stuff works. And he's the father of the person who built all that stuff, so it just seems... It seems to make sense that he would be smart as well. And Peter... And if it's like the same intelligence in this version, then Peter can obviously see that if the guy's a decent person.
That's true.
And this scene right here is when they talk about Miles Warren and the things he might be doing behind the scenes.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and that will come up later in the next episode.
Spoiler alert.
Not really a spoiler, I guess. Because I told them that was right around the corner.
Oh, okay.
So.
Sort of a hole in the pocket sort of character.
I don't know what that means, but I guess.
Like rubbing his pubes.
Oh yeah, because he's a pervert.
Right, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love this part right here where they go and it's like.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Too. Whenever like the universe is sort of like, well, I mean like they're in the same universe, but
yeah, it's not exactly the Avengers world, but it's sort of similar to that. Yeah.
Are you going to bring the Avengers into the show?
Maybe. I don't really know how because Joss Whedon really just made everyone just, oh god, the Avengers, and it's like you have to top that. You have to do something, and I think I can involve Avengers characters into the story one by one or other characters, but it has to be like not really solo episodes, just a way to bring them in.
Yeah.
If they're needed. So.
Yeah, move the plot forward.
Yeah. Also, Aunt May's in the hospital because she's old. What happened? Okay, she stopped taking her medicine.
Why? Senility?
She was just depressed. Or something.
She wants Peter's attention, but neglected.
Yeah. She just wants attention.
to cry for help.
Like, I'm not sad, I'm just like rubbing my temples like I have to deal with this old bat again.
The guy's like, he's Spider-Man, you know, he's dealing with college, and now he has to like go visit his aunt in the hospital.
Yeah.
He has enough on his plate, Aunt May. Take your medicine.
Yeah.
Such a
Just go ahead and say it. I don't know if you
bitch.
go. I don't know. Did I say? Yeah, I said it before on the show.
You said bitch?
I said son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch?
I never called anyone. I never called a woman a bitch on the show.
I see. Yeah,
So,
it is different.
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
I meant like how female dogs tend not to take their medicine.
Yeah.
Unless they're provoked to do
Or
that.
peanut butter.
Right.
Really like the piano music here. I didn't make it, but it came with an editing program I bought. I think it was Magic X. I like the lighting in this scene.
Yeah, me too.
Sunset. Crossfades. You'll hardly ever see me do crossfades again. That's such a weird thing to pick on. Yeah. God, I forgot what they were talking about.
Turn it on.
I think they're talking like, whenever something bad happens, you usually just recede, like you go into your own head.
Yeah.
And that's like alluding to the fact that he talks to himself a lot. Because he does that in the comic books. Like, if you read an old Spider-Man comic book,
Yeah.
like a wall of text in a thought bubble. But back then, everything was pretty much like a wall of text in a bubble.
Yeah.
And as you read different comic books from different decades, like, the dialogue bubbles get smaller and smaller, and then you actually have scenes where there's no dialogue at all. There's someone looking at something, expressing something, or just something happening, and it's, yeah, things change over the years. Even if there was no dialogue, Stan Lee would chime in and be like, "This is what's happening, true believers." He's spun around and flip-flap back and forth and fucking scuttly deadly do, and that's how they talked back in the 60s. He's trying to look for clues. That's my house. Look for clues. That's when he brings up the nano robotic technology to Spider-Man. And he's just like, oh wait, yeah, that's right. Oscorp has the technology to help my Aunt May. And this episode is really similar to, what was that issue number called? Amazing Spider-Man number something. It's kind of a famous comic book. You'll recognize the cover as like Spider-Man, and he's like has all this huge metal stuff all over him, and he's trying to lift it up, and he's drowning, and water's dripping everywhere. That's what this episode is kind of based off of, because it's him battling Doc Ock to get this thing that would help his Aunt May, I believe. And he needs Kurt Connors to make it or synthesize it. I don't remember. It's very similar to that, like, because that actually happens in the episode, but you don't actually know that's going to happen. Right. It's kind of like with the Dark Knight and the Cowl Vision thing. You know, you don't know that's going to be in the movie, and then it shows up, you're just like, oh my god, wow. and then it's in Arkham Asylum, you're just like, oh wow, it's back again. Okay, I have to pee again. Can I pause it?
Short break.
Yeah, short break. We'll be right back. These That's Roderick Kingsley, also known as the Hobgoblin, and he's at Astrotech, and the loudest explosion in the universe just happened. Yeah, it gets really Christopher Nolan at this point, at least in the way he structures thrillers. And if you actually listen to the music, it sounds very much like it. Jeffrey, no! I hate animating wheels. It's not fun. You can hear the glider, and they're at Oscorp, and that's like the area that the Green Goblin blew up and everything. So you actually see that sort of... You see the debris in like the previous episodes.
Oh, I see.
On the news coverage and everything, so... And George Stacy is questioning whether or not he actually really wants to save the Kingpin, because the Kingpin tried to destroy his reputation and everything. So he's just like, well, I'm really impressed, man. And I really like this part when they start arguing.
He had that thicker band on the Kingpin because he's
a bit stronger.
whale. Yeah.
He lost some weight, that's canon, but he's still kind of strong.
Really, Kingpin goes on a diet?
A little bit. He's like, I guess he looks like Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. Like, he has that core, that strong core.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So he's a bit thicker, but it's there for a reason.
It's muscle.
Yeah, it's practical mass, I guess. What are they saying? Are you wondering why I gathered you all here today? Because of these nanites.
This is about a bunch of tiny little robots. It's not just tiny robots.
It's like nanorobotic technology is like the center of everything. You know, it's like I told you this before. Like it's like in the background, just hovering out there, and it pops up sometimes. Then becomes full frontal right here at the season finale. But you don't question it because when you think back, you go, "Oh yeah, that's right." So it's not just like something that just comes out of nowhere and you're just like, "Oh well, I guess there just happens to be nanorobotic technology in this episode." So unless you think about it like that, then the better.
I had nothing. And I gave it all back. Now kidnapping or murdering innocent people. We both know that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
We were out to ruin his legacy. What you care about sports affairs?
Yeah, you can kind of tell the sound's a bit out of sync, but yeah.
You staged the breaking at us.
I like that Spider-Man is hiding out in the vent this whole time. It's very classic Spidey.
Yeah, he has to listen in
Right.
and get as much information as he can. So, in a future episode when he flashes back again, you know, because he did this in episode 21, Ultimatum. He was in like the ventilation shaft, listening in on the conversation between the Kingpin and Roderick Kingsley as the Hobgoblin. So. I love this speech. So he wants to be remembered forever. And he points out that the Kingpin already has a legacy. See, when I did the Kingpin voice, it just sounded like the Kingpin. Like, it wasn't like another voice trying to sound like another voice. And I actually heard a voice actor try to explain that. Like, that's extremely difficult. And I guess voice actors like Mel Blanc, or how you say his name, the guy who played Bugs Bunny, he's like one of the only few people in the business who could actually sound like a character, sounding like another character without sounding like that character that he also voiced for.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. A character imitating another character instead of the original character sounding exactly like the other character.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a really talented voice actor.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Also a very attractive woman.
Yeah. I also like that line of dialogue. Bite the arm that feeds him, or bite the arm that starves him. I don't know if I came up with that or not, but I don't want to look it up because I like the idea that I came up with it. I don't want any confirmation that I didn't. Damn it, it's so out of sync. And then he saves the day when it goes too far.
Which, you know, it shows that Spider-Man's truly good if he's willing to actually save the Kingpin.
Unlike Man of Steel. Boo! Oh, shut up, you know I'm right. That movie blew. Just like General Zod blew in Superman 2, but he was literally blowing wind. Kneel before Zod.
I was thinking the same thing.
This fight it really isn't serious looking back. Everybody gets one. Family Guy. This fight's really comical. I can't really take it seriously because they're joking, and it's that back and forth across the screen fight.
Yeah.
I lost the orange pumpkin bomb, which is why I used the black one. I'm really lazy. See? And this conversation between them goes on for way too long, or at least longer than it needs to. Like, I always cringe, it just takes too long.
Hey, is Green Goblin just kind of like...
Yeah, he's just waiting for them. He's like,
oh!
Ah! 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 Yeah. More Family Guy references.
It's a good show.
I think he calls him Willie, and he's just like, what did you just call me? Because he was in the vent listening on the conversation between, like, that's what his father used to call him, Willie, which is a reference to the 1990s animated show.
I remember that episode when he can't get up the ladder and his
Yeah, because he's too fat.
Yeah.
No.
Chubby little kingpin.
Yeah. Sorry, Winnie, that's just the way things are. Like, in 20 years, I'm gonna kill you, Dad.
Dobby, if you don't stop bombing the ceiling, then...
It sounded like he said Dobby, by the way. I like
imagining Dobby in that situation.
Dobby! Come on, Spider-Man!
Spider-Man will not go to Hogwarts!
He has the glasses and everything. And the dead parents to boot.
Wow.
Like, that's a shot directly lifted from the comic book.
Help brother out.
He's dying and he's joking about it.
I would help you. I guess that's sort of your weaknesses. How is caring really helped? Because you care, relying under approximately 1.5 tons of rubble.
I want to make it 10 tons. I accidentally said 1. It's supposed to be 10 tons. Because 1 ton is easy for him to lift. Relatively easy, but 10 tons, that's difficult.
It's about helping others.
In the comic books, they jacked it way up to like 50 tons or something. I'm just like, that's a bit much.
Yeah, what is the 50-ton equivalent? So I'm having trouble picturing that.
Yeah, especially when he punches people. Like, he pulls his punches, and I have to animate him pulling his punches, because that's what he does in the comic book when he's fighting regular people. But, I don't know. This candy I'm eating right now reminds me of a donut. I don't know why.
Cowtails. She get I was gonna say an endorsement from Cowtails for that counter. Oh, nice.
Yeah. You should probably turn the music down at this point, just real quick, just really close, because they're gonna pick up. There's no dialogue here anyway. This is the last time I ever used like copyrighted music for a scene in the show, because I imagined the scene in my head for a really long time, and I imagined it to this music because I listened to the track like a dog chasing cars, and I really loved that track, and it went so well with this image in my head. So I did it risking like my whole channel because I really wanted to at least give everyone else the opportunity to see what I was trying to make. So
it's dedication.
Yeah. How'd you end up in prison? I made a bunch of Lego videos. You sick motherfucker. Get the hell away from me.
That's how you get murdered in prison, man.
That's what prisoners sound like, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very easy to...
Yeah. Vendetta Part 3.
Alright.
Up next, Leonard Part 6. Leonard Part 6! Stupid up. Voices by me and... Oh, that's awkward. You weren't in this episode.
No, yeah, I guess I wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, see, there's the music by me and Hans Zimmer. We worked together on this project. Yeah.
So they don't have to give you money if you put his music in there, but if you credit him in the
it doesn't really matter. They can do
No.
whatever the hell they want. Doesn't matter.
They got really expensive lawyers and all that.
Yeah. Wow, back when episodes took me 4 months to make, that was a magical time. It really was. So that was the season finale. You're not in the next episode, but you're in the episode I want to do a commentary on, Invasion Part 1.
Oh, okay.
You have a prominent role in that, in those episodes. So if I can get you back here,
yeah, most definitely.
or we can just continue recording and just do that episode right now.
Yeah, well,
Save it for later and upload it like next week or something.
You know what? You're the
I'm the executive vice president, CEO,
writer, director,
dictator, almighty god of this YouTube channel. So I guess I can do whatever the hell I want. All right. Well, thank you for listening. Join us back here for episode 27, Invasion Part 1.
Invasion Part 1.
Yeah. Invading your computer screens this summer. Or fall. What day is it? It's October.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Always in on a joke. Always in on a high joke. Or was it a good joke? God, how does the saying go? Ah,